Nice, 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 nice. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. All right. This brush is a hot mess. So I should be able to see comments, and I should be able to, you should be able to hear music, and you should be able to hear me. If you're in the chat and you want to confirm that, that would be fabulous. Because I'm trying something new, whole new system here. Also streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter all at the same time. Let's go. Oh, shoot. Getting carried away. I'm already screwing things up. See if I can fix that. Problem with my green is that it's all a gradient. And because it's all a gradient, I can't really like fix it in touch-ups. So I've got to be like ridiculously careful with where I paint, because if I screw it up, I really kind of can't fix it, because there's such a gradient on the green. gonna get as much of this as I can get done today done. Gray Ronin, welcome in. Hey, thanks for the follow. Come back to that in a few minutes. These are pretty easy to do once you get like it into a pattern. So I'm trying to do them 3 at a time because I kind of just want to crank them out at this point. Move on with my life. Okay, I have just enough black paint left on this wet palette to cover what's left here. It'll be close. Ah. Nice. Oh, I have a whole other gun. Crap. More black. Done. Well, this one's easier. There's no hand in the way. I like these ones with the guns on the back that have the leather straps. It's a little tricky. It's right beside the purity seal. Last time I checked, black and white don't really paint well together. There we go. All right, there's another gun here. Where was this one? Here. Shoulders next, I guess. All right, I think I'm streaming everywhere. Just making sure everything's working. It's the first time I've used this system. I'm gonna take this leg out. Renegade, what's going on? Welcome in. There we go. Okay. That's done. That's done. That's done. Backpack is done. Gun is done. Shoulders. The mic is working. Good to know. Shoulders. This paint's a little too thick. That's better. This is better. Hey, dude. Look at that. Oh my god. It looks so good.
Something comes with it, which I like.
Yeah.
It comes with it if you press. Remember that button I showed you? Where we are pressing and open?
Yeah.
It puts these Lego pieces and they have the Lego coin and they have the Mario coin texture and they'll pop out the bottom.
Let me show this on camera.
I'm trying to be careful because this took all day to build.
It took all day to build. Look at this. Oh, it's hard to show. This is the Mario Lego plant. Piranha plant.
That took me all day to build. So.
Took you all day.
I'll pretty much go crazy.
Looks amazing.
The mouth can close.
Hmm?
The mouth can close.
It's awesome. You did a great job on it. Oh, black's a little too thin now. Forgot to do the gun on this one. Oh, gun, right. I literally just said that, didn't I? All the belts too. Oh, man, forgetting a lot of stuff today. Stayed up too late painting last night. I'll do the belts later. Oh, this arm is attached. I don't know if I can break it out though. There we go. Where's this one? Belts. Next. It's kind of cool. There's like a metal thing hanging from this one's belt. That'll be the inside of the dial now. That'll look really good later. It's like a clock, but dripping water. On the beat. That was a tight squeeze. Right. Is there a back belt on this? There is. Okay. Yo, some salamanders, right? Yep. So there's a couple of them. Oh, you can't see it anymore. That's unfortunate. I changed the camera at the last minute. And I had all of these cool salamanders sitting in my background, and now you can't fucking see them. There's my Leviathan. There's the Dreadnought. This is the what is this? The Captain in Terminator armor. This is the Librarian. And the Apothecary. Yeah, thanks. Super happy. Almost done. I got 6 models with the base green paint done. I got these three on the table. And then I'm done. And I'll move on. I got a hole. You can see there's the 5 salamanders left with this little whatever this is, this landing thing. Then I got the Votann. This is the Votann launch box back here. A couple World Eaters here I gotta do. Some Necrons sitting at the very back. So that's my queue. And then I got a whole bunch of way up there. I got a whole bunch of boxes. But right now we are doing all the blocking in of the black. And I'm almost done. almost done the black. And then we will move on to, you know, a different color. I should do this first. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. That's better. Oh, so you allied the salamanders with the Votans. That's cool. I'm making a Busharian old models army. Nice. No. I didn't ally them with the Votan. It's just that's my queue. I got my test. Where's my test paint of my Votan? This is my test paint of my Votan. It's what is it? Trans-Hyperion Alliance. Let me get right in there. That's my Votan test model. I got 2 of them actually. But they'll all that's what's next in my queue. Is these Votan. That's all good. It's all good. So I got the launch box of the Votan from like a year and a half ago to finish. I kind of set it aside to do other models and really need to get it done. So that'll be next. And then I have a billion packages of that Imperium magazine to do and catch up on. So after I do the Votan, I'll be pausing to do that. Now that being said, I'm actually about to in a week or so, I'm doing a commission job for someone. So my personal queue will end up taking a bit of a pause. I'm doing the and I've never done this before. I'm doing the Custodes combat patrol for someone. I'm pretty psyched about it, to be honest. "60 miles" and painted the pile of potential, let's call it. Not the pile of shame. But the reason I'm streaming is because I'm sitting here, many nights painting, and I've got this whole, streaming setup that I've spent thousands of dollars on over the years for other things, work, etc. It's like, why the hell don't I use it to stream painting? So here I am. I'm on, I think I'm live on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter all at the same time. Belts. Did I do the back of this one? I did. Did I do the back of this one? I did. I need to do the front belt. I'm working on getting a bit better camera set up here. Shortly. Okay. Belt. They're also small, all little Asher Militarum guys. Yeah. They're teeny tiny. And there's so many of them. Yeah. So my light box is in the way of it. This is my light box for taking pictures, but right on the other side of that is my airbrush hood. So I airbrush the base of almost everything these days. And the priming. It's fast and it goes on so clean. And then for the salamander in particular, I made up my own kind of custom combination of, you know, paints and stuff to layer it on. And it you know, it turned out amazing, to be honest. Pretty I'm pretty psyched with how well the salamander armor came out. Couldn't have come out better. A raid. What's going on? Mark of Corn. Rated with 23. What is up, everybody? Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. What are we painting? We're painting salamanders. Let me I literally just moved the camera before I went live, and I had all these like dope salamanders in my background. So this is the Leviathan salamander set. There's my knot. It's pretty sweet. What else do I got over here? The apothecary. It's right there. Here's the lieutenant. No, that's not the lieutenant. Thank you. Thank you. Librarian in Phobos armor. Let me figure out where the camera goes to like set that up. What else is good up here? Oh, I just finished this one. My first attempt at a kind of a wet blend on the sword. What's that green liquid in that vat? This is an airbrush or a brush cleaner from Green Stuff World. You know what the Night Lords and the Salamanders have in common? No clue. Salamanders help blind children, and Night Lords help blind children. Their leader is an Immortarian, but he's missing. He is missing. I hope they make a I'm dying for them to make a Vulcan character series. Character. I think that would be rad. I think they have like an old one, but they don't have any like a new one like they've done with some of the other ones, because that would be dope. So I'm pretty psyched. Anyways, I sure to return. I think they're setting up for a bunch of wild narrative things. They're definitely setting something up for the Lion. You know, they released the Lion model, and now they've got this whole huge Dark Angels box set. He was in Arcs of Omen. I think the Lion narrative line is something they're going to go hard on in 2024. They have to. You know, you don't just release like a box, a full box of anything without focusing on the narrative too. So I don't doubt that there's a wider Lion narrative coming. You can see the queue though, so I've got 5-6 more salamanders, Leviathan salamanders here. Then I've actually got the Votan launch box from like a year and a half ago. That's been primed in zenithal, highlighted. They're next. Back here I got a couple World Eaters. And then Necrons at the back to do. And then above, you can't see, is all of my pile of shame / opportunity. There's some Stormcast Eternals up there. There's an Adeptus Sororitas launch or Combat Patrol. What else is up there? That's dope. I have a Votan Combat Patrol, Hackathon Land Fortress, Chaos Space Marines. Tons and tons of stuff up there to do. And I just actually got my first commission, which is pretty exciting. So I can't believe someone is paying me to paint shit for them, which is fucking bonkers. But someone is actually going to pay me to paint, and so that's exciting. And I'm doing a Custodes Combat Patrol box. So I'm going to try to stream a lot more. I'm actually in the process of upgrading this entire setup. Right now it's not too bad. But I've got a camera coming, a new top-down camera coming, to replace the iPhone that I'm streaming. Gotta love you and leave you. My doggo needs a walk and I need some food. Hope you have a wonderful stream. Thank you so much. I hope you, thanks for the follow. I saw you followed me. I really, really appreciate that. I am going to try to stream a lot more in the near future, and I got a lot to paint, so hopefully y'all join me and hang out and follow along. I really appreciate the raid. It's very, very kind of you. And I will make sure I follow you when I'm out of here as well. It's amazing. All right, I think I've blocked in all of the black now. I've got the shoulders done. I've got the little stuff beneath the armor done. I've got the belts done. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Necrons. All right, I think I'll do the Lead Belcher next. At this point in my Leviathan painting life, I'm actually kind of ready to be done. These are a lot, and I haven't even done the whatchamacallit, the NIDS. But yeah, I haven't really streamed much Warhammer, so I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing to be entertaining or interesting or whatever. I'm just gonna paint and respond to comments and answer questions if anyone has any. I'm kind of if you're new, which most of you are, I'm kind of a gear guy. I have a lot of audio visual equipment, a lot of camera equipment, pretty high-end I actually have a fairly high-end streaming, setup and stuff like that. Lots of toys and tons of paint. I kind of went pretty hardcore on the painting side of the hobby. I don't actually play very much. Actually, I don't really play at all. Though that is kind of a thing that I plan to do in 2024. I just gotta learn how. I couldn't even tell you at the moment how many points of anything that I have. I don't buy boxes or anything based on like the number of points that it would net me, because that's not my motivation. So I couldn't say I got 1,000 points in this or 2,000 points in that. Couldn't tell you. I think I have a guess at the number of points in Votann I have, since that's kind of what I've been sort of collecting. I probably have about 12 or 1,300 points in Votann. But other than that, I don't particularly know, though I would love to know. So that is a 2024 goal, is to actually learn how to play the goddamn game a little bit. Who would have thought? Might be able to finish these tonight. I do find with these Leviathan salamanders that once you get into a bit of a rhythm and you have your recipe memorized and kind of your order of operations, you can kind of crank through them pretty. You can crank through them pretty well. Saw you painted a Kroot on your channel. Was fun to paint. I sort of want to get some. I love my Kroot. Show you one. They're right up here though. All of my models that I really like are literally right above my head. Yeah, my Kroot are the best. It's a good one. This is a good one. This is a really good one. The cloaks. These are so cool. These were a blast to paint. And I'm pretty damn proud of them, to be honest. I love the Kroot. The Imperial Navy were a lot harder to paint. and not as much fun. But the Kroot were a blast. Equal parts, kind of like a fairly challenging paint job. And rewarding. Yeah, I'd paint more Kroot if they released like a full kind of like codex and whatever for Kroot. I'd probably be down to paint more of those and have that as as an army. CJ B Rex, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. How's it going? How's it going? My lead belcher has thinned out too much. It's too watery. Where's that paint? There it is. If you all are following anyone on socials, I'm slash Mr. Washburn everywhere. Most active these days on Threads and on TikTok are my most active channels. I'm streaming on Twitter right now /X/ whatever the fuck you want to call it today. I do have quite a large TikTok, or not TikTok, Twitter following, mostly because of my career, my job, day job. Fairly well known in the space that I work in. But yeah, my most active channels for Warhammer stuff are definitely Threads and TikTok. Not Instagram. Threads. Threads is just enough like Twitter that it's something I can be successful at. I've been streaming off and on Twitch for half a dozen years or so, but never really put any effort into it. Oh, I'm also streaming on YouTube. I know at least a couple people are watching on YouTube. I don't know if anyone's watching on Twitter. I don't know if I can tell. One person on Twitter, 3 on YouTube, 8 on Twitch. Nice. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being here, chilling. I'll probably stream for another 40 minutes or so. And I might come back tonight. I really should. My rule, I really should just like go live every time I paint. It really takes no effort for me to do that. So anyways, if you're not following me, that'd be wonderful. Especially, I'm actually really close to an interesting milestone on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube/Mr. Washburn and sub, I try to create content for YouTube. I've never been super great at it, but had a couple videos hit, and that's been interesting. And I would definitely like to make. I definitely think I'll stream to everywhere. So if you would rather watch a stream originating from YouTube as opposed to Twitch, I can be your guy for that, or at least one of your guys for that. Okay. Need a better camera angle. I've got a camera coming. A new camera. Give me a top-down view. Should be dope. So, hopefully you stick with me for a couple weeks. If the thing that's you're not... Yeah. Anyways, hope you come back. I need some motivation to keep streaming. Alright, guns. I'm just cruising through these. You've inspired me to paint, but I don't have any primer. Rip. Yeah, nothing's open today, at least in Canada, nothing's open. Couldn't get primer even if you wanted to. You gotta... I do, I prime a lot of things, like, almost like right away, early. And that's so that if I'm kind of not feeling whatever it is that is in my cue, like I have this cue here, and it basically goes front to back, in a way that makes sense to me, in the sense that, I just keep pushing things forward, in an order. But, obviously there are times when your cue and you don't vibe. So I've definitely tried to keep, the primed Q really, really back quite a bit further. So my salamanders are base coated with all the green, and then my Votann are primed and zenithal highlighted, and my world eaters that are here are primed as well. Nothing from here back is primed, but I have tons of like options. The moral of the story is to keep a Q primed stuff. I think. Giving my eyes a rest from the goggles. All right. A little more. A couple more guns to do. There's a knife here too. I've got to think about this knife a little bit. It seems to me that this knife is in a sheath. Like this is the sheath, and he's starting to pull it out. So this part is, and he's like it's strapped, it's attached to his back, and he's like in the midst of taking it out. So I think that I think we'll paint that. And then we'll do like leather and whatever on the hilt and on the sheath. What faction is that? What's that box with toothpicks in it? So this is like an underrated. I use this all the time, which is why it's sitting here. So it's just got a random toothpick in it. But what this is little clamps. For doing something like this too. And then if I have something like that and I paint it, I can sit it in the thing, and it's got these holes. So the pins just sit in it and it dries or whatever. It's good when cuz I have painting handles. I have two painting handles. I have my nice red grass one, and I have my Citadel one. Crocodile clip. That's what they're called, crocodile clips. So I use these all the time, to be honest. I use toothpicks every once in a while for different things. So I generally have just kind of kept one. So I just sat one in there. And this is salamanders. These are all salamanders. There's a couple. Here's a couple of the finished ones. That's the salamander. That's the captain in Terminator armor. Apothecary. This is the librarian. Dreadnought. I got the dreadnought down. So that's that. All right, where was I? So we're doing most of the blocking. This afternoon. Black and now lead belcher on some of the gun parts. Ah. Yeah, crocodile clippers. Clutch. I don't know if I have my kit linked. Where did that question on the toothpicks? Oh, that was from YouTube. So on YouTube, I think I have my kit linked. So on most of my socials, there's like a bio site kind of link. And from there, there's a link to like tools and equipment and stuff on kit. And you can see all of the stuff that I use is there with links and, you know, whatever. My streaming equipment and all manner of nonsense. I am I'm having Chinese food for dinner. I am psyched. Let me tell you. Ah. Sorry. What else? What else? What else? I should do. There's some interesting details on some of these. Is it this one? No. Actually, I think it was this one. I don't know. I think I'll leave it. All right. Guns, backpacks, belts, guns, backpacks, belts. Oh, I missed a black spot in here. There you go. Oh, I missed all of the Under Armour stuff. Any tips for painting red? What specifically? Like the cloaks? Or painting red armor? Because I think that my advice might be a little bit different depending on what like piece of equipment you're painting. I've had some pretty good red experiences recently. My Kroot cloaks are pretty dope. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. And there were some great red colors. Space Marine armor like Blood Angels. Okay. So, I mean, the first advice is only like if you can afford it or if you have it, you will always get a really nice, smooth, clean result if you airbrush your base armor. So if you have the ability to, if you have an airbrush, or even one of those, like, you can buy on Amazon right now, these little portable sort of airbrushes that have like a compressor kind of at the bottom. But you'll always get a really clean result. If you don't have the ability to do an airbrush, then the trick is really just to paint with more than one coat, like thin down the paint. What I tend to do sometimes is I'll get like my Mephiston red and I'll drop. I actually have it right here. So this is a dropper bottle and it's just got water in it. And so what I'll do is I'll do like a I'll do a I'll do like my Mephiston red, however much of it I need. And then I'll take my bottle of water here and I'll just drop one drop of water in it. And then I'll mix it up. I usually use like a big, well, I mean, you can even use like, I don't love the idea of using a brush to mix paint like this because I feel like the brush just picks up all the paint and then I've wasted it all. But like, now I've got like a really good thinned out red that you'll have to go on a couple times. But you'll get like a really nice as smooth as possible layer. The danger, if you're red and black are similar, in that if you put them on too thick, you can really see the kind of the brush strokes and stuff. So red and black are the ones that I've tried to like remind myself to thin out. Even if I have to paint them on a couple times. And so you get like this. So I don't know if it's gonna be easy to see or not, but this black shoulder pad came out really smooth. And that's because there's like at least two layers of Abaddon black on it that are fairly thin coats. The other thing with cloaks in particular is obviously the layers of red with different colored kinds of red for shadow and stuff like that. Like Mephiston is like a really deep kind of dark red, and Blood Angels red is really kind of a deep dark red. But then you got like, what do I got here? Like Pink Horror, Corn red is also another really deep dark red. But then you got like the contrast, Blood Angels red contrast that you can kind of like thin out and paint over top of the other red to create, different layers like depth. What do I got here now? Just gonna paint the nozzle of this gun in Leadbelcher. Maybe there's a little dot here. Someone else, like, and it's a style, so it's a choice. But the other thing you can do, that some people like is, you can spray. What did we do? I think we did Runelord Brass as a base coat on Blood Angels, and then whatever red you want to use, Mephiston Red. Blood Angels Red is a contrast, so you would want something thicker. But what that does is it gives the Blood Angels armor a little bit more of a metallic look. So you can theoretically you can do that with any of them. Like you can put like a Runelord Brass underneath, but it looks primarily good with Blood Angels. So I've seen people do that. And we did that with my youngest is painting some Blood Angels, and we did that with that because he liked that style. I don't know if I have a Blood Angel of his sitting up here. I don't think I do. Well, no one that I follow on Twitch is streaming. No, none of my Warhammer people that I follow are streaming. So I'm gonna wrap it up for this afternoon. Now I'm gonna take a break and come back and paint tonight. I'll probably be live again tonight if any of y'all are around. I really appreciate the raid. I had a raid earlier today, and that was AO fixing to sit in and do some hobby magnetizing bases for Infinity the game. What's everyone working on? I was just about to pop out. What does this say? I'm using red as a base coat for yellow. Also cool. That's cool. Yeah, so this is Salamanders. I think I'm gonna head out for the afternoon. I'm planning to come back probably tonight, but you'll see me a lot more. So hopefully if you're on YouTube, there are 3 of y'all on YouTube watching. I hope you subscribe so you can see when I go live next. There are 6 of you watching on Twitch. I hope you guys all follow me on Twitch so you can see when I go live next. And I hope to see y'all again soon. Have a wonderful afternoon.